Greetings to all. We'll discuss how to establish generational wealth for a better future. Learn the advantages of building generational wealth for your family and how to do so. When individuals discuss generational wealth, they typically mean any asset that a family member leaves behind for their offspring, grandkids, or other kin. Generational wealth can come in various forms, including cash and investment funds, real estate, stocks, bonds, and equity in a family business. The primary goal of handing down generational wealth is safeguarding your loved one's long-term financial security. How to determine family wealth? People from secret origins are frequently called out for having silver spoons in their mouths in jest. Rich people seem to have everything they need from birth. However, many people overlook the struggle and labor the family's founder went through. These founders toiled and gave everything they had to construct something they could pass on to following generations by creating generational wealth to establish that lifestyle and privileges. Before we go any further, subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification for more incredible videos if you're interested in enhancing your financial literacy to live your life. Building generational wealth has a clear advantage: it gives the future generations of your family the freedom to choose. You'll be able to free them from the debts and financial constraints that bind many of us by leaving them your riches. But by putting in the time and effort to create your family's generational wealth today, you'll also have the chance to teach your children about it as you go, long before it's time to relinquish control. Generational wealth is when a family passes on many assets to succeeding generations. The accumulation of the family's wealth over many years of labor and sacrifice is sometimes referred to as generational wealth in some areas. Yet the world is full of self-made millionaires and billionaires. This suggests that people depend on their labor to make more money. When it comes to this group of people, the vast majority achieve their wealth via the same grit and sacrifice that the founders of their families' fortunes did. Then there are the select few who just so happen to strike it rich, like lottery winners. However, most of these lottery winners will only be able to hang on to their good fortune for a short time, as evidenced by history. As a result, millionaires and billionaires will eventually lose all of their wealth. Long-term goals are essential in determining one's wealth and fortune, but many people need to do so. Those who wish to spend their wealth to benefit future generations do so by considering factors other than their own. Who has been wealthy over generations? The names of the families with generational riches read like a who's who of the rich and influential. The Rothschild family is one of the most famous instances of a prosperous multi-generational family. Generating wealth must be created rather than just handed down to ensure a long line of inheritors. The secret to boosting generational wealth is long-term investing. The basis of generational prosperity is the tenet that slow and steady wins the race. Suppose a family wants to ensure the assets are safeguarded for future generations. Once they have amassed a sizable wealth, they will focus on lower-risk investments for most of their assets. Investing in land, commercial property, or mineral rights could help a family build wealth over time, enduring investments. One strategy used by individuals and families who choose to accumulate wealth for future generations is the trust fund. Compound interest from wise long-term investments is crucial to the operation of a trust fund. Compound interest has replaced simple interest. Vital interest accrues a set amount of money based on the initial investment made during the investment's lifetime. The trust funds also use the purchase of bonds since they pay interest in the years before they mature. Because they are frequently long-term and low-risk investments, bonds are preferred by trust funds that strive to make conservative investments. Instead of using a direct trust fund, generational wealth might be built on a family-owned business or piece of real estate. In some cases, new family members are granted stock in the family-owned company when they are born. Unlike other types of equity, these shares would be subject to strict conditions requiring that, in the event of the shareholder's death, the shares would revert to the. This cycle can continue until the family loses the business. What are a couple of the benefits of generational wealth? Why are sacrifice and a lot of work required to create generational wealth? The fact that the following generation starts better than the previous one is one benefit of a family possessing generational wealth. Despite the adage, "You can't buy happiness," occasionally having money can lead to better opportunities. This may not seem fair to some. However, this perspective fails to recognize the sacrifices made by preceding generations to create these generational riches. Family members' trust accounts are commonly created. In households with money, the burden of needing to work a 9-to-5 job will no longer fall on the younger generation. Instead, they will have the freedom to go after their goals. Many trust fund children can now start charities and other types of general philanthropy that they otherwise would not be able to. As was already indicated, one of the most well-known benefits of generational wealth is the availability of scholarships. Many college students rely on or use this inherited income to fulfill their college aspirations. What are some potential risks to the generation you just created? Greed is the most significant danger to any family's ability to pass down wealth. Every family member must make sacrifices to retain and accumulate wealth so that the next generation can benefit from it. One of the biggest threats to any family's riches is a single person's greed or a conspiracy of family members. For most people, dealing with a distant existence with little effort is ideal. However, other people find that after tasting something, they desire it much more. These folks can waste resources meant for entire families. There are several methods for this, but the simplest is when they use any means required to steal the money because they want to keep all the wealth for themselves. Although it may sound cliché, affluent family members have occasionally been killed to defend a more significant portion of the family fortune. A family's generational wealth is also vulnerable to unwise decisions and investments. A selfish son can destroy a nation a brave father battled to establish. This is the best comparison when taking generational wealth into account. If the family has a steady flow of capable wealth managers, they risk losing all of their wealth. A well-known proverb portrays spoiled brats who were given everything in life yet caused their family's disintegration once they rose to power. Some embody the whole antithesis of philanthropy. Generational wealth is essential since it exists for the next generation rather than the current one, even though some are wealthy and do a lot of good. This means that the next generation needs to save some money, regardless of household size. Making sure that your family's future generations live better requires a lot of long-term planning, effort, and sacrifice. Your family can generate generational wealth by investing your inheritance in long-term, low-risk investments. The family's money will enable them to achieve their objectives sooner. If, despite the possibility of disasters, the family's wealth can be passed down for many generations by careful planning. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. Enjoy your day, and thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Cheers, all.